right here for the Seawood Cougars, as that one is denied.
Off the front iron, rebound, Diabate. Another chance for Adams, and he hits it.
Trying to thread the needle and he threw it away. Unforced error. Here comes the game. And Osselian makes up for the mistake.
Entirely new crew out here. Next time we get a whistle, Adams scores again. Adams gets the put back and he puts it right back again.
For the layup, another dime from Zillian finds Areno. Inside, another dunk! Two-hand slam! Bounce pass, stolen away, fast hands, Bradley gives it to Butler. Dunked it! Still, one hand dunk for Peters. Lob upstairs to the elevator.
An inbound play.
Oaks catch. Oh, block Butler. Huge. Diabate.
They've got a good shot up now. They got a good shot.
Harris, 12 seconds left. Poked away.
Oh,
Butler. Here comes the money. No. Yes.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need.
FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Game day, boys and girls. You ready? You will be. Getting out of work early, figuring out where you're going to watch it, with whom you're going to watch it, how you're going to watch it. Got your Lucky Lobo shirt on, your lucky draws, your socks, whatever it is, sitting that perfect spot on the couch. Big, big day. Coming off a interesting one in day one of the NCAA tournament, or full day of the NCAA tournament. Good morning to you, and Merry Friday. Ho! Maybe we'll ho with the Jersey Mike guys or something. I don't know. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. How you living?
What's up?
You enjoyed day one of the NCAA tournament?
Yes, I did.
Get enough upset for you, or did you need a little more? Or is it too much?
Well, when it comes to anything, bracket related in terms of the cookies on the line, I'm done. But I enjoyed the basketball from start to finish.
Are you done already?
Yeah, if you don't hit on anything early, you can't come back.
Yeah, the Clemson one hurt me. I mean, that hurt me. I'm not gonna lie, dude. So I get a text. Where the hell's my phone? Because it was early, right as Clemson was going down. And Addie's into this, dude, and she's like, "This is the time of year where I have to explain the tournament to boys, right?" So she's at Michigan, and she's like, "I gotta explain." She had to explain bowl games to boys. She has to explain sports to these boys at Michigan. And you're like, well, you'd figure there they'd get it. And so then she says, my bracket's bust. I'm done. Like after that first game. And she sends me a screenshot of the Clemson score of her phone. And on the bottom of it, there's this boy. Like it says, he said, some boy sent you a chat. And I'm like, bummer, but who's Thomas and what the hell does he want to chat about?
Talking to
you? Yeah. But we had heated debate, especially late into the night.
Ooh, Michigan.
As it got tight. All y'all who were screaming UCSD. At first, when it was 10-0 Michigan, and the Tritons looked like they didn't belong on the floor like Utah State. I'm thinking, are they ever going to let a team from San Diego County back into the NCAA tournament? Like, it was 10-0, and Michigan looked like they were going to toy with them. And then the Tritons came back and took a lead late in the game. UCSD, and you know what? Can I tell you what my biggest thought was as I'm watching this thing go down? And Michigan held on. If you didn't stay up late, Michigan beat UC San Diego 68-65, and it was as tight as it sounds. I mean, UCSD had a last possession, and they got a pick and roll. Possession. It was, and I was surprised when it got down to 5 seconds. They got the ball with
you have a timeout.
I know, and like 16 seconds.
18 left, and you inbounded the basketball.
Yeah,
and you hold for the last shot down 3.
And
it made no sense.
And it's a fadeaway 3 over a 7-footer. Yeah, and I thought Michigan in 5 seconds is just going to go bleep it foul. Let's just go foul them. It was a terrible last possession, but I'll tell you what, they played a good game. Like after the 10-0, they were gutty. They were down 41-27 at halftime. UC San Diego outscored Michigan second half by 9. Damn near won that game. They didn't. But the Big West performed well. The Big West champions. And you know what I was thinking, JJ? If they were going to steal a team out of the Big West, a UC, like why UC Davis and why not UC San Diego?
There's got to be something
in the Mountain West,
investment-wise, behind it. There just has to
be.
The
only thing I hear is money. Yeah,
because UC San Diego is awesome,
dude, and you'd get back in that market.
5 years.
Well, and you get back in that market. They damn near beat San Diego State early in the year. They won in Logan.
All stuff that, like now, you can say.
No, I think I probably said it that day. I'm pretty sure I said it that day, and I've asked the question to a lot of people on UC Davis. And then there's Utah State. So the Mountain West now, with the Aztecs lost by 27, is that right? I'm pretty sure that was the final number. And 47, 57, 67, and Utah State lost by 25. So you've had two teams go down by a total of 52 points, a combined 52. I told you when the bracket came out, I told you yesterday, I told anyone who would listen, I just didn't think Utah State was very good. And I know what their record was, and I know the computer metrics loved them. And this was the easiest first-round bracket pick for me. And look, UCLA may go far, UCLA might not. Like, UCLA has enough talent to go out and beat Texas A&M next. And UCLA has enough talent to get, they're so up and down they could get beat by 15, 20 points. The best win that Utah State had on their schedule, I believe, was Iowa. They beat Iowa early in the season. They beat St. Mary's. That was, man, St. Mary's carries Mountain West teams' metrics, don't they? 2 years ago, it was the Lobos. They carried them all the way through. Or was it last year? It was last year. JJ, I don't want to say I told you so, but this one, I think I was pretty vocal.
Dude, it was
I saw
easy
this one
to
coming.
See. Like, the Utah State wasn't playing well, and they were not a good enough team to just flip the switch. There's other teams that went in not playing well, but they were much better than Utah State. And it's, despite the March performances, it's a credit that this conference was still able to get those teams in.
Yeah, but
it does. But
it is. I'm with you. Yeah, but yeah,
you don't have to win games in the NCAA tournament to get selected in the NCAA tournament.
I agree. I know.
But I
know
not
that's
the
stop the
narrative.
narrative. Yeah, it's just
I
not going to
understand
stop
that.
it. Yeah.
But that's what you want from the conference, and you only get that from one way. Then who knows what it's going to be.
Who knows? But I mean, the noise is just getting louder and louder. It's a big day for the league. It is. Colorado State, New Mexico, and look, you got what 2 10s and 11 and 12. So
because power conference teams can get blown out, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like Missouri. I guess that didn't.
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia got smoked. Georgia got smoked. Nobody cares that the SEC got blown out. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, Gonzaga just pumped Georgia. 89-68, it wasn't that close. It was 48-27 at halftime. Gonzaga cruised. Gonzaga's vastly underseeded. That now they got to run into Houston. And let me just tell you something. I think Gonzaga can beat Houston. I'm not certain they will. But will it shock you if Gonzaga beats Houston?
No.
Me neither. And Houston's nice, and Houston look good. And
Gonzaga is I think the name wise, but they're the most popular 8 seed.
Well, they should be.
Where they were playing as well.
They should be. I mean, because 8 seeds are going to run. I for whatever reason, Gonzaga's my 8, but boy, I underestimated Creighton too. Creighton looked really nice, beating Louisville in Lexington, and handled them all day. They look good. A&M looked good after messing around with Yale for a while. Purdue got pushed by Alan Huss, the former Lobo assistant, in High Point, held on. McNeese over Clemson. JJ, the McNeese game, and they almost blew that thing. Clemson scored 54 points in the second half. They needed more. They scored. This is the team that blew the Lobos out last year. They scored 13 points in the first half. It was 31-13. The game was 21 points with 6 minutes to go. And then Clemson all of a sudden decided, you know what? Let's try to be athletic and let's press them. Let's go full court and let's up the tempo. And all of a sudden they got back in the game. Why the hell did that not happen earlier?
Who knows?
Did you watch that one?
Oh yes, because I was very invested in Clemson.
As was I.
And McNeese is the team that's going to win you the bracket because I think they get to the Sweet 16. I think they beat Purdue.
Yeah, it's a real good chance of that. Yeah,
and that's an edge you're looking for. They were the 12th seed that I think can win 2 games out of this after the way they looked against Clemson. And it's funny. You've watched a lot of basketball games. You've called basketball games, and it's easy to say, why didn't you do that earlier? Like McNeese was just on a different level.
Because in a large respect, so what brought McNeese back, or what brought you to their same level, or whatever, what leveled the game, was the way Clemson changed what they were doing defensively. Like when they finally started to pressure full court and started to run, it looked like Clemson sleepwalked through that whole first half and a good part of the second half. Like they just thought their athleticism was going to go out and beat McNeese. Now, look, Will Wade is terrific. Whatever you want to say about Will Wade and how he left to LSU, and if you don't like the fact that it's out there that he's already taken the NC State job, I don't know. Would you? I mean, I'm almost kind of on his side on this thing. Mm-hmm. Look, man, we're transparent. Everybody knows what's going on. They got phones. They're all in the portal. They're all listening to things. Like, should I just lie to them about it? He's like, I'm out front. Yeah, he's taken the NC State job. Now, I don't know if he signed the contract because the price may go up, especially if he gets to the Sweet 16. But whatever you think about him, he's a hell of a damn coach. Like, look out for NC State.
They've done the last 2 years at McNeese is phenomenal.
Yeah. What he did at LSU was phenomenal. No, he's terrific, man. They were, to me, that was the story of yesterday. The biggest story was McNeese, and how we could be sitting here and asking if it was a comeback or a collapse, but it doesn't matter because they held on and won. Would it have been a comeback or a collapse, though? And the answer is yes.
Well, when you're up by that much,
yeah,
that's like 70, 80% collapse territory.
That's Nevada last year, right? They were up 7-2. Beat them. I don't remember who beat them last year, but they were up 17 points like late in the second half last year and collapsed in the first round. All right? That was a big, big issue for the Mountain West. The other really good game, and there were a couple of them, Arkansas-Kansas was terrific. And I don't know how much y'all watched Arkansas-Kansas, a 10-7 game between Calipari and Self, but it was 47-44 at halftime. These two guys were going at each other up and down, tons of points, and then they clamped down the second half. And you went from 47-44 in the first half to 32-28 in the second half. And Arkansas holds on as a 10 seed. And they're athletic enough that I'm not saying they will beat St. John's, but again, that's another one where that's not out of the realm. They absolutely could beat St. John's. St. John's played with their food for a half against Omaha and then ended up beating the Mavericks 83-53 with a 50-25 second half. But I thought Arkansas looked nice. That game was entertainment in the first half.
It was. In Kansas, there's a lot of head scratching this year with the experience they have as a team and to just be so pedestrian at the end of the year. Because when you're looking at the 10 seeds, I actually think of them all, New Mexico is the best one, but Arkansas has like that ceiling with their athleticism.
That's why I took Arkansas. Who's your 10? Who'd you take? Arkansas was my 10.
I took Vanderbilt.
Did you?
I didn't like it. A lot of it was kind of
I played coaches. I didn't like any of the 10s.
Psychological mindset of just not investing in that pool in UNM and
I tried, and that's my whole thing too, right? On the UNM thing, I actually think I'm starting to lean Lobos today. I really am, and we'll get into it. First game today, we got them for you here on the Sports Animal. Baylor, Mississippi State. Former Aggie coach Chris Jans and the Mississippi State. They're up against Baylor. That's your first game. That game is in Raleigh. Early session, Alabama, Robert Morris. Iowa State, Lipscomb, which is interesting to me because Iowa State's without their best player, and let's see how that goes. And then noon today, our time on TBS, Memphis and Colorado State. Rams are still holding on to a 1.5 point favorite as we hit. Lobos are scheduled to tip off at 5:25. It'll be over on News Radio KKOB. 5 o'clock pregame from Cleveland, Ohio. Robert Portnoy and Hunter Green are going to be courtside. Ton to do for you today. Let's go. 505-246-0610. Get in and react to what you saw yesterday. If you want to talk about your bracket, it's kind of like your golf score. I mean, nobody really cares, but if you want to talk about it, I mean, I think everybody commiserates a little bit. And here's your, I had Clemson. I had them. I get it. If you want to, Carrie, if you want to get in, it's Friday.
Are we getting a 13 or 14 winning?
Well, did we almost yesterday? Who's the closest?
High Point push Purdue.
High Point push Purdue.
Yale really didn't push Texas A&M. I know it was a 9-point game.
What was who played Tech? Texas Tech.
UNC Wilmington.
Yeah. That was a game.
10.
That was a game down to the last 2.5 minutes.
Dude, Tech took 46 3-point shots,
which is bonkers.
I know they shoot a lot.
I know,
but they almost shot themselves out of that game.
Yeah, which is bonkers to me. All right, John Thomas Jewelers is my jewelers. If you are looking for any piece of jewelry, any beautiful piece of fine jewelry, they're going to be yours as well. If you're looking to get engaged, they've got over 3,000 men's and women's bridal sets on right there on display. And if they don't have what you have or are looking for, they'll make it for you. And they'll walk you through the process. Even if you don't know what you want, they're perfect for you because they will walk you through, hey, I kind of like that, but I like this one on this one. And they'll make you whatever it is you want right there in their state-of-the-art design center right there on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building. Now they're going to Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world, to hand-select breathtaking diamonds just for you. And they're running something that you got to get in on. For a limited time, when you pre-order your Antwerp diamonds starting at just $3,000, they will give you a free engagement or anniversary upgrade ring. John believes your love story deserves nothing but the best. And people say, why Antwerp? Why are they going there? Well, because 80% of the world's loose diamonds flow through Antwerp, Belgium. That's where the finest diamonds are sourced. That means you get unmatched quality and value. So take advantage of their 35 years of diamond experience and let John Thomas Jewelers handpick a brighter, bigger, more beautiful diamond than anything you could find in New Mexico. There's no mass production. There's no middleman. Just your perfect diamond at an incredible price. Pre-order and get in on this before April 11th and let them find your 1 in a million diamond. Stop by John Thomas Jewelers, 3rd floor. Their showrooms on Louisiana, south of Manal, 2440 Louisiana Northeast, Suite 10. It's the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building, and see why they've been voted America's coolest jewelry store. John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All In Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Next in line,
a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing.
All right, so tomorrow you're set up for Rick Pitino versus John Calipari. I mean, it's just good. By the way, their teams are really good. St. John's wins by 30 over Omaha, and Arkansas outlasts Kansas. So that'll be good. The other side of that bracket is Drake and Texas Tech. Drake, everybody had Drake. Like everybody on that 11-6. Did you have Drake? Like not as your 11, but in your pool, like in your bracket.
No.
All right, not everybody. Lobos tonight. Richard Pitino and the Lobos. Shaka Smart and Marquette's Golden Eagles. That's is it down to 3.5 now? Is that what the money's coming in on the Lobos, huh? That's a 5:25 start over on News Radio KQB. Coming up a little later, you'll hear some of what Richard Pitino had to say yesterday at the press conference in Cleveland, Ohio, and we'll get you right going through today's stuff as well. Other stuff going on outside of the hoops, and again, we're here for a short show today, so we're out of here at 9 o'clock. We'll clear the way for Westwood One's coverage of the NCAA tournament. So if you want to get in, do so now. We'll have a sweet deal for you coming up at about 8:20, and so get in while you can. Big weekend around here. New Mexico United's home opener tomorrow. They will be at 3 o'clock kickoff out at Isotopes Park. They play El Paso Locomotive. So the first home match of the season for a team that's won one and lost one on the road to start. They got beat in Sacramento and then had that dramatic victory in Las Vegas last weekend. So 1-1 and back home for them. And then the Nations League, JJ, whatever. So big CONCACAF Nations League. United States loses to Panama. Panama says, you're not taking our damn canal and you're not get the game. It's at SoFi in Los Angeles. And it was, in the second session of stoppage time or extra time that Panama scored a goal, 1-0. What does this all mean in the big picture? Is this, I've heard everybody say this is a disaster all the way from it's just a friendly and it doesn't mean anything.
What it means is the United States is incredibly mediocre and going to have zero impact in the World Cup that they host next year.
Which is just next year, yeah. I mean, at some point you got to get better quickly, right?
Yeah, you don't have a lot of opportunities to build your roster and play together on a national stage, and the opportunities recently have been very disappointing, and it's not going to change overnight for U.S. soccer.
So they get into the third place game in the CONCACAF Nations League Cup tournament. This isn't one of the big tournaments, but this is really just a gauge of where you are, right?
It's what you can do in your region to just try to get some competitive games against the opponents that are close to you, Canada, Mexico, Panama, all the, as you said, CONCACAF teams, and the United States continue to lose those games, and they play the majority of them in the United States, and they lose those games. So, yeah.
So
there's a reason why if you see any international soccer fan, they grasp at, my grandparents are from this country, so root for that, because you have no reason to root for
Go Ireland, go Spain. Next summer is going to be interesting. It will be the summer of soccer.
It's going to be fantastic.
The World Cup will be in America, right?
It's going to be awesome. It's going to pop the ratings, all that stuff, because it still is the international game. But in terms of the United States being any good, no.
And it'll be great for soccer in our country, and it'll be the cool thing for for that summer. Everybody's going to be into it. And everybody's going to be a soccer fan. Everybody's going to tell you what they know, and you got to watch. Oh, did you see Nicaragua versus Ghana. What a great match, that, right? All right, whatever. But how good is the United States? All right, so that went down last night. NBA last night. Bronny scored 17 points. Luka was out. LeBron James was out. Austin Reeves was out. Lakers got beat by the Bucks 118-89, so Bronny got some playing time, and he scored 17 minutes on 7 for 10 shooting, had 3 rebounds and 5 assists. The Lakers lose 118-89. Giannis Antetokounmpo had 28 for the Bucks. Bronny led the Lakers in scoring last night. Him and Dalton Connect with 17 points each. So it's almost like a summer league game, right? As far as what their roster looked like. They played 6 games in 8 days, did the Lakers. And Luka's got an injury. You still got the groin injury for LeBron. And so, these games are going to matter. If they stay in the 4-5 slot, and the Lakers now slip to the 4th spot, they're a half game behind Denver for 3 and a half game above the Grizzlies for 5. The 4-5 slot a tough place for them? Is they're going to have to get through Memphis, and you're like, okay, would I rather have Memphis and Golden State in the first round, maybe, and then Oklahoma City, or are they better off at the 3 spot? 3 spot would be Golden State, and then Houston, maybe. Houston or...
I don't think there's a better spot to be in.
You don't think so? Okay.
I think if you get the Rockets early, I really think that's the team that...
I don't think there's a shot for them to get the Rockets.
Done anything yet. Yeah. But I look at, okay, so Memphis does John Morant, Desmond Bain, dudes that have played in the postseason, Jaren Jackson Jr.
And at some points they need to pop, right? I mean, at some point they're not young.
The same
anymore.
thing with Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't believe them. Oh, they're just so young. Okay, they had playoff experience last year.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to lose 3 or 4 years before you can actually be considered good.
Right. Before you tear up and you've got the right to win a playoff series. No, I think one of these young teams, and Sacramento's young, but they're a new young, if that makes any sense. Like Minnesota was young, but got to the Western Conference Finals last year. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma City's young. They've got the best record in the league. They still have the best record in the league? Yeah, they do. The Rockets are young, and I'm going to guess most people couldn't name me 3 Houston Rockets if they tried to right now. Right? I mean, do you think people are going, oh, yeah, dude, Jalen Green's just killing it for the Houston Rockets?
Sengun is an awesome point center.
How about Sengun? I'm not going to lie.
Friend's favorite, Bill and Dylan Brooks. They signed Fred VanVleet
a couple
years ago.
Yeah. This is a team where you're just going to look at them and go, how the hell are they second in the West? But they are. But yeah, the Lakers, it's an interesting one watching what they've got. So at 43-26, what is that? That is 69 games. So there's 13 games left. So there's still time for movement. But as banged up as they are right now, and then you figure, okay, they just been home for a while. They're gonna they get Chicago at home, and then they go on a roadie. Orlando, Indiana, Chicago, Memphis. It's not the the toughest teams, but going on the road and going back east. I look at their schedule towards the end, dude. They wrap up Oklahoma City, Dallas, Houston, Portland. Portland's not very good, but Portland beat who did Portland beat the other day? Was it Oklahoma City? Beat somebody the other day. Anyway, that's where that is. Bronny had 17 points, so your buddies are going to tell you about it. All right, when we come back, let's look at what we got today. Get you ready for the brackets today. We're going to hear from Richard Pitino on what he had to say as the Lobos get ready to play in the NCAA tournament today in Cleveland, Ohio. Want your thoughts? How you feeling? Make your call. Mountain West is 0-2. San Diego State got run out of the building. Utah State got run out of the building. It's a big day for the league on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Brought to you.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ACC, SEC, and Big 12.
Game day, Lobo basketball. Let's go. Who do you got? How you feeling? You got your lucky Lobo draws on, or your socks, or your shoes, or hugging your favorite, whatever it is, man. It's a big one. It's a big one for the Lobos. I think it's a big day for the league, certainly. Yesterday, if you didn't stay up late last night, Michigan held on, beat UC San Diego. That was one of the late games. The other one was Texas Tech outlasting UNC Wilmington. But Michigan, 5 seed, beat UCSD 68-65. Wolverines opened the game on a 10-0 run. They led by 14 at halftime, pushed it up to 15. And then the Tritons started just dropping through. Goofy, like dudes you're taking at the YMCA, right? Like honestly, with optics. If you just read the book by its cover, you look at UCSD, I got that guy. And they're, am I wrong? And they're dropping threes on you. I mean, did they look like, just the eye test, did they look super athletic? Did they look like they were a 30-4 basketball team?
No.
They went on a run, dude. 17-3 was their run. Dropping threes all over the court. They cut the lead to 45-44. In fact, they took the lead. But Michigan held on and won that game. So they advanced. UCLA crushed the Mountain West Conference Utah State. At one point late in the second half, Utah State was shooting 28.6% from the field. Bruins didn't kill it, but they had 6 players with at least 8 points. Sky Clark led them with 14, and they run the Utah State Aggies out of it. That was one where it was a bad matchup, and just I don't know who Utah State in this tournament would have been a good matchup with, honestly.
No one with the way they were playing.
Yeah, they weren't playing well. I just don't know that I think they were that good, and a rough end of the season for Utah State. All right, let's go. 505-246-0610. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Gentlemen, happy spring. I think it commenced yesterday.
That's right. Yeah,
so,
happy spring. Yeah, we should hope for that.
70-mile-an-hour winds through the canyon at the foothills today where I live, so we'll see how that progresses. Yeah. Hey, your story about your daughter and her bracket and the guy commenting, that was gold, Jeff. that is
I just showed JJ the screenshot. I'm like, all right, cool, but what does that dude want to talk about? It's like right. Astronomy.
You better... Let's not send over the Vertelli brothers if you take care of business, you know?
I got a guy now.
Hey, I know a guy that knows a guy. Hey, I missed part of the national holiday yesterday, which is the tournament, because I was working on my important bracket, which is my income tax bracket. I would say that every year for posterity. I did hear that McNeese State had 4 Division II starters, and that team is probably going to make the Sweet 16. My point in emphasizing that is if they can go with 4 Division II starters, the Lobos can win today, and they can make the Sweet 16, which I'm rooting for. A few days ago, I called, and I said, and not to be negative, I just didn't think it was going to go well for the Mountain West overall, right? And it's not. And JJ's right. I agree with him. It's okay that you get beat in the NCAA tournament. The fact that you made it shows that you had a great season. So that's a good point. I just don't think that they match up well athletically and some other factors. But I do think the Lobos have a better than a fighter's chance today. And I do think that Colorado State with that young dynamic number 10, I don't know his name, kind of looks like Kobe.
Nick Clifford.
Yeah, that guy's tough. So I'm looking forward to it. But you guys, I'm going to get in line early. I got my Sharpie ready because I won an 8.5 by 10 glossy of J.J. Buck at his appearance today. So I'm going to try to get there early and fight off the crowds.
Right
so
on.
You guys have a great day. Enjoy the game.
See you. Where are you going to be today?
Neighbors. My hood.
Right on.
West Side Bar and Grill out there, Unser and Ladera. 3 to 5. Getting ready for Lobos and Marquette.
Beautiful.
Have some Topes tickets. Giveaways. Getting ready for the summer.
Topes opening day? It's like
probably 2 weeks
really,
from now.
Really soon. Yeah, I mean, United opens tomorrow at home, and then Topes right after that. Yeah, really soon. All right, so go watch Lobo basketball. If you're looking for a spot, you can join JJ up at Neighbors on where's it? Unser and where?
Unser and Ladera.
Yep. Right, that's right around the
north
corner.
Of Ladera.
Yeah, you're home. All right,
West Side.
Look, I don't know that I agree that the Mountain West isn't as athletic. I've watched enough Mountain West basketball, and I watched them throughout the year, and St. John's beat New Mexico not because they were just way more athletic. They were just they're bigger and stronger. But I was at the New Mexico UCLA game. I thought New Mexico handled UCLA. That came from start to finish.
I think that just like the football conversation, where you can see some differences is
depth.
Yes, and again, I think depth is one of the most overrated things in college basketball. It's more the 1 through 5. As you know, Mountain West teams can have 2-3 really good guys. Sometimes there's a 4. Not saying like the power forward or center specifically, but maybe just kind of a 4th or 5th guy that's they're not quite at that level.
Which is kind of depth, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah, but you can. I think Nick Clifford is a perfect example of how one guy can change your entire roster.
Yes.
In basketball, and then because it's very easy when you see some of these Mountain West teams, you're like, the depth around. San Diego State, a Mountain West team, went on a run, and they've won NCAA tournament games, and they don't look overmatched.
No, they did the other day, but typically they do not. Look, that team that got overmatched and run out of the building the other day, that's a team that didn't just play with Houston this year, beat Houston, who's the number 1 seed. The Creighton team that looked so good against Louisville yesterday. San Diego State out of the Mountain West beat them 71-53 this year. Right? Gonzaga, who I think is pretty good, and they played with Gonzaga. But so I look at it and I say, okay, what is it about this time of year? Because I watch the better teams in this league throughout the year play with and beat power teams. And everybody, you're right. Look, you're judged on what do you do in March. Yeah, you're right, man. That's why San Diego State is judged differently than everybody else, because what have they done in March, right? I mean, I don't even think that's arguable. You're judged on what you do in March. So what is it about March and this league? And I'm not sure I know the answer. And he just said, Edward just said, they're just not as athletic. I don't know. Look, are they as athletic top to bottom as a Texas Tech or an Alabama? They're not. But they got to be better than this. And I watch them all year. And yeah, you're right. Okay, they're good against each other. And the league is great. The league is just great theater the last 4 years. But I watch them in November, December, just like you do too.
I think New Mexico and Colorado State are teams that are playing much better than Utah State and San Diego State were.
Yes.
So we'll see if that can be a positive factor for them today.
All right. We'll hear from Richard Pitino what he had to say yesterday. We'll do that at 8 o'clock this morning. We're out of here at 9. We're clearing the way for Westwood One's coverage of the NCAA tournament. So come on in at 505-246-0610. Terry, don't wait for your last call. The Jayhawks are out. I know you call Fridays, and I know it's at 9:48. And I'm going to be at my other job by then. I'm going to be in the office getting ready to watch hoops. Tax season's here. First of all, take care of your taxes and your bracket. And then what are you going to do with your return? And I got a suggestion for you, and it's take care of your vehicle. On-the-spot automotive detailing is the call you need to make. If you've experienced the windy chaos recently, and we all have, you should probably invest in protecting your car with the incredible services from my good friends over at On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Talking about their paint protection film and ceramic coating. Prevent those nasty scratches, the stains, the fading paint. Call On the Spot. They were awarded best in the city because they are best in the city. They know what it takes to provide quality care for your vehicle. You can protect your car's value, and you can book online at otsdetailing.com and have them come out and detail your vehicle. That's what they do best, and they do it better than anybody else. And they do it at your convenience. That means they come to you. Wherever it works, whenever it works. You don't drive to them. You don't drop off your car, sit in the waiting room for whatever hours, or need a ride back. And no. They know you're busy. That's why they bring their mobile unit to you while you're in your office or while you're in the house or wherever it is that works for you. They're outside. You get a text. You go outside. Boom. Your car looks and feels and smells like the day you took it off the lot. That new car feeling without the new car price. It's On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Book and buy online today. It's all there for you to look at otsdetailing.com. otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Again today, and you'll watch. We'll watch it all weekend. It's kind of the organic moments. It's Will Wade losing his mind after they went through the handshake line and he did his interview with whomever network, whatever it was. And then after McNeese earns the first victory in the NCAA tournament in the history of that school. Just going in the stands and hugging everybody. Did you see any of the post-game, and probably not, right? You went to bed after the UCSD game, I'm going to guess? Or you said watch the end of the Texas Tech game, but did you see the post game for UC San Diego? It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. You're welcome to get in today. We're here till 9 o'clock, 505-246-0610. So they do the press conference, right? It's a coach and 2 student athletes. They're there, and they got their little name placards up, and they've got placards made for everybody. It's, NCAA logo and then the team logo and then your name. And so Hayden Gray of UC San Diego was one of the student athletes who spoke. He played 38 minutes, and I mean, he was really good, and it was, he did his thing. But the young man from San Diego, afterwards, he gets up, and somebody came up and shook his hand. He grabbed his cup, his NCAA cup, and as he's walking away, he comes back. He says, "Can I have that?" And he grabbed his placard, just to say, So, like, honestly, that'll be in his office 20 years from now when he's a lawyer, a doctor, a construction guy, whatever bank, whatever he is. But he's going to have that thing with his name on it. And it was just, I thought it was really, I'd never seen that before. Can I have that? Because they don't need it anymore, right? Like,
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I've actually seen some people just from the Mountain West tournament keep those.
Really?
The placards.
Yeah. I thought that was...
I definitely want the NCAA one.
Yeah. Yeah, just stuff like that. I just think, some of the stuff is really cool watching the celebration, from the McNeese guys. But even what it meant for Michigan to survive. St. John's getting through it. And how about the respect that Drake and UC San Diego got? So combined, and I was thinking about this last night. So Drake was an 11 seed. They won. UC San Diego was a 12 seed, and they got beat. Combined, do you have an idea what their records were combined? Drake and UC San Diego.
Oh, 60-something?
60-7, right? And UC San Diego had to win the Big West tournament, and they were on the bubble, but I'm going to guess, JJ, they weren't getting in. Drake was, I don't believe Drake would have got in. They won the Missouri Valley Conference 17-3 in their league, 31-3. But they were 60-7 overall. And if either one of them had a bad day last week in a conference tournament, they'd be in the NIT, and we'd have 19-13 West Virginia or something like that, and we wouldn't get this.
That's the one part of college basketball where I go back and forth on, and it's conference tournament season, because it's fun and it's like a new opportunity, but it also really does for the smaller conferences. It's like, what's the point of being that good, and then and having your 5 seed one bad day, you get beat by a 5 seed, and you're like, okay.
Here, and I need your help on this too, because Edward had a call and he talked about the Mountain West, and look,
we played pretty good last night. I
look good in my
with
suit.
Everything. Today, go Lobos. Hey, I can say that because I live there. Go Lobos, and can I ask you guys a question? I watched several games yesterday, and I watched how the play was very sloppy, and there's not a real true point guard anymore. What you got is a shooting / point guard or whatever, and the play is very sloppy, and especially in the Kansas game. They went down 5 times and lost the ball. I mean, they didn't even get a shot off. And but anyway, go Lobos and go Bruins 4-up, baby. You guys have a good one. Take care.
What was the question? Well, the point, there's some sloppy play, and there is, and there's pressure, and you get into the NCAA tournament, and there's some sloppy play. I think guard play gets better as you get into the 2nd, 3rd, 4th rounds. I think guard play really takes over. Ryan says, "Hey Jeff, you're a resident Aztec fan here. I'm pulling hard for the Rams and Lobos today. I don't think it's fair, or I do think it's a bit unfair to lump San Diego State with the rest of the Mountain West when it comes to the tournament. Yes, they got slammed on Tuesday, took their medicine, but they still have 7 tournament wins since 2023. I'm guessing that's better than 95% of the country. If we keep this young core together, I'm thinking we can make a run next year. Anyways, have a great day. Go Rams and Lobos." I agree with him. I mean, the Aztecs are held differently. It's like the Mountain West other than San Diego State because of their runs. And it wasn't just one run. They've been to a few Sweet 16s on top of that.
Just wait until they are in the Pac-12. It's going to be even better.
But yeah, it is. San Diego State is different. It's San Diego State and the rest of the Mountain West when it comes to the NCAA tournament. I mean, Ryan's right. All right, what did Richard Pitino have to say? He was asked about expansion. Does it favor the power schools or the little guys? And he said everything's geared to the power schools. What else did he have to say? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm.
Marquette NCAA tournament, Cleveland, Ohio today. Big day. The whole administration, I think the whole building's empty. Everybody got on that charter and went. Big old trip, big party trip. Seeing all the pictures, celebration, and good. Now go get a win and feel good about yourself. And it's a big day for Lobo basketball. You listen to it over on News Radio KQB. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. How you feeling about this? You get a good feeling?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
I think the matchup is one that the Lobos can be successful in. There's a lot of similarities between these teams in style of play in terms of wanting to speed you up at times, what they do defensively, trying to turn their opponents over. And neither team is a great shooting team, so I think there's an opportunity, get to that 7, mid 3 mark, you could have yourself a pretty darn good day.
All right, Lobos 1.5 underdog, or no, 3.5 point underdogs as we head into this. So last year was Clemson, and it was a Clemson team that went on a run, went to the Elite Eight, and Lobos got handled, and it was a little bit of happy to be there kind of a thing, and so Richard Pitino and the players were asked about this yesterday. So you're going to hear some sound. Richard Pitino yesterday at the podium in Cleveland, Ohio, and. Just the differences between this year and last year that he sees in his team.
I've really tried to set that tone. High level of respect for Marquette. Not going to be easy, but we hadn't been in a long time last year. I don't think we took it for granted because I think Clemson was a really good team and a bad matchup for us. But when you have the success that we've had, you want them to want to make noise in the tournament and not just be happy to be here, but also with a high, appreciation of the opponent that we're playing and how difficult it's going to be.
All right. And Donovan Dent talked about it too, and he, mentioned some of the, what do you gain out of the experience and all those things, right? With things we've talked about many, many times. Richard's name's up for a lot of jobs. You read it in print, man. It's whether it's West Virginia or Villanova or Texas. I mean, pick it. And so he was asked about the rumor mill and is it a distraction? And the fact that his name is in the rumor mill for so many different jobs. How's he handling that?
My whole goal to them every single year is for them to increase their value in this free agent world. Now, coaches are not free agents like they are. We have buyouts and things like that. But when you have a great year in today's world as a player, people are going to talk about you as transfers. People are going to reach out. Maybe they don't directly reach out to the kid. They have ways to reach out. Call their college or their high school coach, AAU coach. Hey, float something out there. It's no different than coaches. When you win, you're going to be written about. You're going to get phone calls. It doesn't mean you want to leave. It doesn't mean that my players want to leave, but there's going to be opportunities. And the biggest thing I always tell them is just continue to increase your value. And when the time is right, we'll talk about why we feel like staying in New Mexico is the right thing for you. And it's the same thing with me. If a school calls, it doesn't mean I'm looking to leave. I truly appreciate my situation at New Mexico. We've won 52 games in the last 2 years. A lot of that has to do with the support that I've gotten, and I greatly appreciate it.
Wow. That sure as hell didn't sound like I'm staying in New Mexico. Didn't sound like
no coach can say that.
That's right.
All it's going to do is burn them.
No, of course not. I wouldn't expect that. I thought it was a good answer.
Still pointing at Steve Lawford saying don't mess with that.
No, I think I think he answered it well. By the way, the names I'm seeing for Texas the most are Sean Miller and Chris Beard.
Yeah, they're going big name higher for sure.
Well, is Richard a big name yet?
Not for Texas.
Okay. All right. If Sean Miller leaves Xavier, that's an interesting one to keep an eye on. That's now that's kind of your Big East. It's kind of where you're looking. All right. So he was asked about what kind of conversation. So this is another thing you got to keep in mind. It's like the portal opening during bowl season. The portal opens on Monday. Players are going to be jumping in the portal officially Monday. I know San Diego State's waiting. They're going to probably hear today whether, they think Magoon Guath's going to go pro, stay, or leave, go in the portal, the freshman of the year there. And there's a lot, all of a sudden, name after name after name, and you've already heard plenty of Mountain West guys who have said they're going to the portal. Obi Ogbum, D-Dan Thomas, Davidson up at both Davidsons, right? His little brother had committed to Nevada. They're both in the portal now. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't.
Well, I guess you don't have to be in the portal when you
come out of high school.
Yeah. So Richard talked about the conversations that he has with his players with the portal opening on Monday.
I'm not dealing with transfer portal stuff much now. I think they've got their ears and eyes open for sure. We've started conversations with our players because hopefully we win and we're continuing to play. But the portal opens Monday, which is absolute insanity. But there's going to be a lot of volatility, coaching changes, players, everything is going to go on. So we've started the conversations with our roster about staying and being able to figure all that out. So it's not ideal. I mean, we could sit here for hours and talk about how crazy the system is right now, but we certainly got to do our job with retaining the key pieces in this locker room.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer on that too. He said, "There's just going to be a lot of volatility. There's going to be a lot of movements." He wasn't hiding from it. He said, "If school calls, I mean, I'm not looking to leave. I appreciate my situation here." You heard him. But this is an interesting one because somebody asked him about when you talk to schools. What are you talking about? Because Richard's talked a lot about investment. What does investment mean? Right? Does it mean just money? Does it mean? So he was asked about understanding. Like when you're listening about jobs, and I can't. I know this is killing you that this is the main topic, but this is where they were yesterday in Cleveland. You got a game tonight, and yet here it is. But he was asked about, what do you talk about? Is it league? Is it money? What is it?
You used to have a true understanding of every league and where the jobs would rank. That's all going to change substantially. It's all about investment now. I know April 7th, everybody thinks that maybe there'll be some more rules and it might level off a little bit. I don't know. But it's not as much about practice facilities anymore. It's not about everybody's chartering. Everybody has all those things. Do I think that NIL and rev share is everything? No, I don't. But if you do not have it, you have no chance. So it's been great at New Mexico to work together with them to continue to get them to understand kind of the return on the investment. I mean, these players, they're the reason why we sell out the pit. They're a reason why you're getting almost 10,000 in Thomas and Mack for the Mountain West tournament. So yeah, I think the balance of power has greatly shifted. And those conversations any coach has with any AD or whatever, that's going to be the first thing is, what's the investment looking like? And what will it be down the road? Because this landscape is crazy. Coaches are still getting fired for not winning enough games. So as a coach, you got to be at a place you can win, and certainly New Mexico is that.
So maybe there's something to it. And that's why I keep telling you, I think he's just not going to jump to any job. And while money is important to him, to you, to me, money's a big deal. He's been fired. And I firmly believe the Minnesota experience is going to guide him a bit and make sure he gets to a place where he feels he can win. And so, like if a place opens up, and I don't know, give me a job that's open that you don't think you can win at right now. I don't know that I got one right now for you, but let's just say a place that isn't investing, because I think you can win at Xavier if it opens. I think you can win at West Virginia. I think you can win at Virginia. I think you could obviously win at Villanova, right? But let's just say, NC State would have been a really interesting one, to be honest with you. Are the resources there? So, all right, what did you hear? 505-246-0610. What did you hear? It kills me that so much of it was guided towards his future. But again, you got to understand the crowd, right? You have to understand your audience. This wasn't the local media there. You had Jeff Grammer, Will Weber, and the guy from Channel 4 asked a question. But you also had AP and the Pittsburgh paper and the Akron paper and the national medias at the NCAA tournament. And that's where this was all coming from.
And I think it's even more of a storyline, too, when you have a coach in the NCAA tournament, like Will Wade, that openly took a job at NC State, but is still coaching at McNeese, and knowing that all this movement is going on. So it's understandable when you have a coach like Richard Pitino and his name is in the rumor mill that he gets some questions about it. But I thought, overall, a lot of the stuff we heard from Richard is, the same stuff he's echoed all year long, especially just with the investment and conversations with people at the University of New Mexico and understanding, what he wants, but what this program needs to sustain success.
All right. 505-246-0610. Hey, Got a sweet deal coming up. We'll take your phone calls when we get back. I want to tell you about IPS. It's affordable private security. They protect my home. They protect businesses all around town. If you see them everywhere. I know you see them everywhere. You go to the store, there's IPS. They're keeping the bad guys away. They're stopping property crime, which is on the rise. Don't wait to be a victim before you call IPS. They will take care of you and your family. They respond to alarms within 7 minutes or less. They'll install camera systems and alarms. They got a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. It all raises the level of security around your home or business. Look, if you need standing guards, eyes on your home around the clock, they'll do that for you. So I ask you all the time, who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it's the good guys. A quick response to your alarm, standing guards at your business, that's what IPS does. You'll sleep better at night. Give them a call, see what they can do for you. I've trusted them for years, and boy, they pay dividends. 505-897-2420 is the number. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
Oh, 505-246-0610. Game day, Lobos and Marquette, NCAA tournament. We're here till 9. We get out of the way for the tournament. Got a sweet deal coming up for you as well. Robert, thank you for holding. You're on the Sports Animal. Good day, Robert.
Hey, good day. Yeah, I'm disappointed by the performance here last night by Utah State. That's just amazing. They come to the pit. Like, for example, Ian Martinez had 2 points last night. Yep. He comes to the pit, and he can't miss a three-pointer. It's just amazing. Apparently, they're not ready to play. And San Diego State, that was an embarrassment as well. I sure hope the Lobos don't follow suit here and get blown out. That would really be a huge disappointment. But I guess it goes to show you maybe we're just not up to par with some of those big conferences. We think, when it's pretty competitive here in the league, but when we get into better competition, we seem to fall apart. Anyway, let's hope the Lobos same thing doesn't happen to them. You guys have a great day.
See you. Yeah, that's the narrative, and that's the way it's played out in March. You go throughout the season, the league plays well against the power competition, the other competition. But March is where it's made. And, we got the email earlier. Does San Diego State get lumped into that? Probably not, although, look, they got to eat what they got to eat. They got run out of the building the other day. They were down by 40 points in the second half against North Carolina. They got to eat that too. But I'm going to tell you that one blowout. But let me ask you this, JJ. If I ask Lobo fan, hey, you're going to get blown out by 40, but 2 years ago you were in the final game of the season, the champion, would you take that?
Of course.
Of course. So it's a big day for the league, man. And what that dude just said right there, what Robert just came in with, was that's the narrative. That's the narrative. Text line says, Jeff, this is UNM's life. Once those teams leave the Mountain West for the Pac, it's a one-bid league. Maybe, maybe not. We'll watch it. UCLA put it on to Utah State. Many of you think I look like Mick Cronin, the very nattily dressed UCLA head coach. Morning, Hefe, why'd you have to put a hurting on Utah State last night? Mountain West is getting blued out. We're working our way to only having 2 teams selected next year with the poor showing we've had the last couple of years. Let's hope we go for 2 today. JJ, what say you on SDSU versus LSU women? 21.5. Should I bet the house on the Tigers? Have a good weekend, boys. It's Chris.
Yeah, well, that's also a host site, so LSU is playing at home in that game. I would say that LSU, you'd be confident with them.
21.5?
SDSU. I don't know where the Aztecs are going to score. It's a similar thing to how the San Diego State men play. Like defensively, they got some decent pieces, but where you're looking for scoring is from 2 freshman guards, and freshmen at LSU in that environment could be a long afternoon.
All right. I got a sweet deal for you, and it's one of your favorites, and it goes fast because it's one of our favorites as well. Set your alarm on your little phone there, boys and girls, for 8:50 something, because at 9 o'clock we go live. SportsAnimalABQ.com. You click on the sweet deal icon, and for just $30, you get $60 of goodness at Jersey Mike's. It's your favorite sub March is the month of giving. David and Lou are here. What's up, boys? How are your brackets?
Showtime, baby. Good morning.
How are the brackets?
They're there.
Are you?
They're there.
All right, here we got great stuff. So first of all, let's get into the day of giving. You guys do this every year, March 26th. That's next Wednesday. Cancel your plans, remake your lunch plans. All sales will be donated to Make-A-Wish New Mexico. This is a big deal for you guys.
This is a great deal. Obviously, all our proceeds for the 26 are all going to go to Make-A-Wish, and they actually all stay here in New Mexico. So throughout the whole month, we're collecting donations, but we need everyone to come through and stop by, cancel whatever plans you had next Wednesday. Stop by Jersey Mike's. You got time. Make it a date. Let's really change some lives one sub at a time, guys.
How many locations? You guys are all over the place now, right?
So we have 7 locations in Albuquerque, Los Lunas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, and just recently opened up in Las Cruces, baby.
Cruces. How's that one doing?
Oh, man, that one's...
Where is it in Las Cruces?
It's Sonoma Ranch.
All right. Oh, it's so, yeah.
Yeah, it's so new, so new.
And that's the new hood up there, too, which is really, really nice up there. I haven't tried this yet, but I love me some hot honey. Ooh. Mike's hot honey on any sub?
Any sandwich.
Like, where does it really pop?
BLT.
On the BLT?
Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak.
Really?
It really makes the hairs on your neck curl up a little bit, my
Really?
friend.
What if I got
to... I mean...
So...
We ain't judging, we just feeding.
No, don't judge. I don't judge either. I just want to eat. Just like you, man. Everybody got to eat. So the Mike's Honey Hot Sauce on the...
Yeah, get it on any sandwich,
all
man.
Right, do
any
that.
sandwich. It's really, really good.
I love that. Download the app. You guys have the Jersey Mike's app, and you can order, and you get points, and that'll lead to free subs. Global Game tonight. You guys are still making food, right? It's not too late. I can still order up. You're having people over at the house.
Yep.
Grub up.
Order
exactly. You want us to deliver, boxes. You let us know. Give us a little bit of heads up, and we'll be right there at your front door, wherever you need us to go. Catering boxes, lunch boxes. Catering boxes feed 8 to 10.
Really?
12 pieces of sandwich ready to go.
Is it one sandwich? Can I mix it up different sandwiches?
You can mix it up as much as you want.
Well,
at least 4. At least 4
as much as you want. Easy now. Can everybody do it or just me?
Everyone's doing it.
I thought this was one of those just me things, JJ. I thought it was
everyone's doing it.
I always like it when it's like, oh, okay, but everybody can do it?
Exactly.
All right, here's the deal. Hit it, and so set your alarm, all right, 9 o'clock. This goes right within like 3 minutes.
Man, last time was 2:45, man. So.
That's almost 3 minutes. 2:45 is like 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, 2:30 this time.
Is that so? You're looking to set a record?
Yes, sir.
Stigler let you know how it is?
Yes,
He'll
sir.
let us know.
All right. Go to our website, sportsanalytq.com. Do it at 9 o'clock. Click on the sweet deal icon. For just $30, you get 60 to spend over at Jersey Mike's. Mark your calendar next Wednesday. It is the Jersey Mike's annual day of giving. Like March is the month of giving. They donate all month.
Yes.
But next Wednesday, all proceeds go to Make-A-Wish New Mexico. So grab lunch, grub at Jersey Mike's on Wednesday, and put the hot honey on the Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah,
on everything.
Come be a hero. Be a sub above, man.
Don't be a hero or do be a hero.
Come get a hero. Be a sub above.
Be a hero.
I stepped on that. That's a good line. Hit it again.
So be a hero. Come get a sub. Be a sub above.
It's so good. It's good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Who you got winning the tournament? You got Lobos tonight, by the way?
Yeah.
Lobos, baby.
You got Lobos win the whole tournament?
The whole thing.
Without a doubt.
Hey.
All right.
They got to eat good to play good. Let's go, Jersey Mike's.
Is that grub there?
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
All right. Hit it then. Boys, have a great weekend. And don't forget next Wednesday. Put it on your calendar.
Yes.
It's the opening drive. Get back to the phones at 505-246-0610. Still got a hoe on a Friday on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been.
A hoe worthy of. I've been on a hoe run lately. You know? Jeffrey Ho with us. All right, I'm hoeing. Good hoe. Phil, did you hoe, Jeffrey?
Were you inviting me to hoe?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, no, I opened up your mic and everything. I mean, like, hoe with us on a Friday.
I thought that was only reserved for, special celebrities.
As you, like you.
Well,
That's why, I hit that button and I can't believe you wouldn't hoe with us. Like, you're just too good for us now. Oh, I get it. You're one of those I get it now. I'm too good for you. All right. I get who you are now. What's up, dude?
I think it's Lent, and I was trying to assume a super humble
I've given up pose for Lent.
So, I have a question, and let me just preface by saying, obviously, I hope Coach Pitino is retained, and this is something of a conjecture for you and JJ. But given the state of college athletics, particularly in basketball, with all the moving parts, and the fact that you've mentioned multiple times, and it's no secret, Coach Pitino is a target for possibly some other positions. Do you think that the new athletic director for UNM, Lolo, I think his name, do you think he secretly or surreptitiously has a list, a menu of targets?
Yeah.
He's assuming a proactive posture.
He better.
Secretly.
He bet. Like, I don't think it's secret at all. I think whenever you're in that position, I think it's part of your position. It's incumbent upon you. You had better have a list because you don't ever know when your coach is leaving. Yeah, no, I don't think there's a secret. I'm sure. I don't know Fernando that well. But I'm certain, I hope, JJ, that he's got a list, and if something happens, he's ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. And that doesn't surprise me. I just didn't know it was going to be that open a situation. But I guess given the state of the the machine in athletics, I guess that's the way you have to operate.
100%.
The other thing that was interesting about Pitino's commentary, which I thought maybe I'm just grasping its selective perception here. But he didn't mention the annihilation of our, I guess I'm using the word annihilation hyperbolically, but the annihilation of our league. So my thoughts are, and I think you'll agree, Jeff, unless there's a real special situation for him, I think he really understands that he has a really good situation here. But nevertheless, go Lobos, and absolutely enjoy your show.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you. So he didn't mention that. JJ, here's the other thing. And I tell you this all the time. I think Richard's going to take a position that's right. And so if something comes up this year that isn't all those things resource-wise, all those things that he says, I think in his mind he probably has another year, right? If he wins again next year, his name will be hot. And there'll be another cycle, and there'll be other jobs that come up. And before the league dismantles, there's another year of this league. Like, I don't know. Do you feel like there's no urgency that I got to get the hell out of there? And he's told me a number of times, I'm not looking to leave. But if the right job doesn't come up, like he turned down South Florida, what was it, last year, 2 years ago, whatever it was, that I think in his mind, he probably thinks, I could do this for another year.
I agree with that. And it's just, one, you have to be realistic, man. People aren't going to be anywhere for 15, 20 years. Mm-hmm. And the comment of, from Jeffrey there about Fernando Lobo, yes, every athletic director better have a list of guys that they can contact or know, hey, when the time comes, what list do I need to be on?
I don't think it's secret at all.
No, it's part of the job. It's
Yeah.
a requirement. If you better have guys that you want to talk to, whatever sport it may be, you have that list for everything on campus. And for Richard Pitino, I think he's handled it well. Like, he's invested here. He wants to be here. He can win here, but he's not going to back himself into a corner where you're going to have an entire fan base is going to be upset if you leave, regardless. But the last thing I know he wants is to have that Steve Alford moment, where don't mess with Happy.
505-246-0610. Travis, thanks for holding. Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. There you go. I pushed the wrong damn button. You'd have hoed with us. All right, then. You're not too good for us. Appreciate that.
Come on now. I got you. Coach Cronin.
That's funny. What's up, man?
Hey, listen, one of the things that I've been really impressed with is certainly there's been some great offense that's been played, but I think the thing the takeaway from the last 3 days has been the physicality of the game in the tournament and how important defense has been for any one of these teams who has won. I mean, Purdue's on-ball pressure, their ability to defend in the one-on-one, what UCLA was certainly able to do to Utah State's offense, the way that Arkansas strung together 3 kind of critical back-to-back stops. That's really, I think, the takeaway. Certainly, if you have a team like Alabama State who comes in and shoots in from, shoots and makes 10 3-pointers in the first half, you're going to be in trouble. But at the end of the day, the physicality and the ability of teams to play defense seems to be the thing that is going to be most critical for any one of these teams being successful, and in particular, the Lobos. Now, Clemson was a bigger team last year, but I think all of us have taken away from that game that they just got out physicaled, and the other thing is the way the disparity in the way that fouls are called in the NCAA tournament versus at any point in the regular season. If you watched or followed the SEC at any point, one of the knocks on the SEC teams was any team playing at home had a distinct advantage in foul calls. I mean, the disparity in the numbers was huge. I mean, and by the way, how the bleep did that Missouri team beat Florida at home during the conference season?
And
that's just unbelievable. But what the takeaway for the Lobos is, don't be afraid to be physical. Don't be afraid to get up into somebody.
And play through
because
contact.
One of the things that Jalen House relied on last year was his ability to get to the free throw line. And there were a lot of calls during that game last year where we all thought he was getting hacked on the way to the basket. They didn't call it. They're not going to call it this year. So you need to play physical, and don't be afraid to get into somebody. And if the Lobos, I think, play that kind of style of basketball, be first to the ball, be aggressive on defense, that is going to be the best thing that gives them their opportunity to win. But the disparities in the way that the refs in the NCAA tournament make calls is totally different, and a lot of these teams are just not ready for it.
Yeah, that's a great call.
Lobos.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's a great call, and it is physical, and they let them play. There was a sequence in the UCSD Michigan game last night that was bonkers, and you thought there were 15 fouls in this one sequence, and it went back and forth, and there was nothing called. Let's go. I'm going to get as many as we can. Terry, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal.
Good Friday, Jeff. Good
Hey, Terry.
Friday, JJ. KU took it down. I was looking up. I guess this is a little older than JJ, but the tournament expanded in 85 to 64 teams. KU, this is the third time they've lost in the first round. So, it happens. So out of 39 visits, they've lost in the first round 3 times. So, and the fact is, with 3 national titles, that means 36 other times in the tournament somewhere they lost. So it happens. But you can give Arkansas credit, or you can say, Hunter Dickinson, oh, that was a wonderful fast break pass you had. when we were up by 3. Unfortunately, it was to Arkansas. And KU, that's how they played at the end of the year. Just towards the end, they would give things up. The refereeing, well, it's going to be different. You have to have 800 refs to start the tournament. So you're going to see differentials in how they call games. Some call it tighter. Some think it's a hockey game out there. And you just got to adapt and deal with it and go run with the flow. There's the mean, medium, and mode, regular season, your conference team, and then March. And so you can have happiness in certain aspects and go on there. San Diego State, KU were similar. Both won big games early in the year, and by the end they were kind of just okay, decent teams. So on that note, you guys have a great weekend. Hope the Lobos do well. Someday maybe you'll invite me to share a hoe, but I doubt it since I'm still blocked on the email. But,
you're blocked on the email? Why are you blocked on the email?
Yeah, whenever wherever you switch the emails, I can't get it goes to wherever. It goes to the other Jeff, the Jeff Berry, and it never went through to you.
Send it to jeff.symbieta@cumulus.com and I'll get it.
Okay, all righty. But you guys have a great weekend. Be safe. Take care.
All right. Dan, stay there. I got to take this final break. Want to hear from you. I got a bunch to get in, and then we're going to get out of the way for the NCAA tournament. Where are you going to watch the games? You got all kinds of hoops. Where are you going to watch games? I got an idea for you, and it's Twin Peaks. It's the way to go. Hopefully you got in on the $2 million bracket challenge at twinpeaksbracketchallenge.com. You had a chance to win $2 million, epic prizes, but get out to Twin Peaks. It is your spot to watch the games. They're all there. Great food, great beers, great drinks. Plus, don't miss the Twin Peaks 2025 in-store photo shoot. It's March 25th. That's next Tuesday, I believe, from 5 to 9 at Twin Peaks. Go out and meet the contestants, join in all the fun there. And then Fridays in March, that would be today at Twin Peaks. Celebrate Lent with their beer-battered fish and chips every Friday through Easter. Top it off with a 22-ounce Miller Lite or Coors Light for just $12. That sounds like the way to watch the games today, boys and girls. Get it with a soda for just $10. Of course, they got bourbon and brews every Friday, 5 to 7. Experience a lingerie costume party with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and amazing giveaways. Don't miss out. Stop by Twin Peaks.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Top of the hour, then we're out of here for Westwood One's coverage of the NCAA Tournament Opening Drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck, 505-246-0610. Dan, thank you for holding. Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal.
Hey, fellas, I'll make it really quick. Hey, I've been riding the Lobos all season, as you know, and they're going up to play Marquette. And the Golden Eagles, Al McGuire, the ghost of Al McGuire up there, and the big aircraft carrier kids. Hey, listen, I know this for a fact. Coach Pitino, Richie Pitino, called his father up and said, hey, Dad, you beat these guys 3 times. What do you got? Kind of like the Godfather when they sat down and he told them, the traitor, the guy that comes with the meeting is the traitor. So I know that these guys are connected. I think the Lobos, they're going to win. I think these guys are good. I'm glad that these Mountain West teams, man, are getting knocked out, and they're getting knocked out big. I just hope that doesn't happen to the Lobos. I do believe Patino will have this team coached. I do believe he talked to his dad about, hey, you beat these guys 3 times. What did you do? What can we do? And I'm sure he gave him a little bit of advice there, fatherly advice. Go Lobos, guys. Hey, I'm pulling for them, and let's take on Michigan State and get rid of that Tom Izzo, guys.
Right
you
on,
guys have a wonderful day.
Thanks,
Thank
Dan.
you.
Appreciate it. Best Marquette player. You going with Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Maurice Lucas, Jim Jones, Doc Rivers? Who are you going with?
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. And then Jimmy Butler. I mean, they've had some players come through there now, man. And you go back, he mentioned Al McGuire. I know a lot of people don't remember Al McGuire, but back in the day, when Marquette made their first run, and they were spectacular. But yeah, they've had some players now. All right, emails that you guys have sent in. Lobo Hobo says, you got to give Jeff, can someone tell me the love affair with Utah State? Why are they even in the tournament? Who'd they beat? Another ugly loss for the Mountain West Conference. Well, they beat Iowa. They beat St. Mary's. They beat San Diego State twice. That's what got them in the tournament, right?
Mountain West was good enough to where these resumes mattered in conference play. And I understand that people are going to hang on the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're living in right now.
Because that's where we're at. That's where legends are made. And we discussed that the Mountain West was down, but still in your down year, you got a team that was sliding at the end that still got into NCAA tournament.
You got 4. Matt says, undeniable, the Mountain West keeps pooping their shorts in the tourney. Yeah, SDSU is the exception. This narrative that the conference just isn't very good is kind of strange, though. It's not like the conference isn't getting good wins in the regular season. There are a bunch of really good out-of-conference wins for this conference. I almost think it's mental. SDSU and Utah State seem completely rattled out there. Both teams decided to jack up 1,000,000 threes and couldn't hit any. I like that UNM didn't play yesterday and got to watch the bluing out of conference mates. Hopefully it's a shot across the bow and they come out ready. Defense travels and transition dunks are hard to miss. It's from Matt. Look, let's be very clear on this. Utah State, JJ, they weren't playing well, and I just don't think they were very good. And this version of San Diego State without Reese Waters was offensively challenged as much as any San Diego State team we've seen in a minute, and probably weren't as good defensively. And their best player, Miles Bird, maybe isn't as good as people think. Like, I mean, show me the pro prospect that everybody sees in Miles Bird right now.
I think we can have a legit conversation of, I don't want to just destroy the Mountain West for not winning an NCAA tournament game, but were some of the metrics overblown? Because defensively they were so bad in that game.
They were bad. They had a bad
Carolina.
day. Bad day.
They had like 13th best team defensive deficiency in the nation.
Dude, and the other thing is you start looking around and how the league's been poached, and you look at the players that played in this league who are in this league. Creighton's got one. You saw JT Toppin, Chad Baker Mazara's playing for
Texas Tech is a 3 seed riding 2 Mountain West Freshmen of the Year.
100%. 100%. All right, great stuff, man. Great week. We're going to get out of the way, clear the way for the NCAA tournament. Westwood One's coverage of that. The Herd with Colin Cowherd will not be heard today. It's all NCAA tournament. Norval Jim Rome. Adrian, great week on ProView Networks. Appreciate you. Big weekend for you, JJ.
Huge.
Enjoy it. He is JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Look at that. Kenny Thomas even showed up today. We're off the air. I think he's going on with Bob Clark. Have a great, safe weekend, boys and girls. Enjoy the tournament. Woof, woof, woof. Lobos will be over on News Radio KKB 5 o'clock pregame show against Marquette. Have a great, safe weekend. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you on Monday.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.